For sure, there's going to be a second or maybe a third, but then that person completely ghosts you and blows you off. I don't know. Some people can move on from that. Other times, you want to know why. Some people need closure, and that's what Second Date Update is all about. So let's welcome Zach to Second Date Update today, guys. How you doing, Zach?
Hi, Zach.
Doing good, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and putting yourself out there. If you could start from the beginning and tell us how you met Janelle and how that first date went, that'd be great.
Sure. Appreciate you having me on. I've been actually listening to this segment for a while. My ex turned me on to it. So
your ex?
I always laughed at it pretty hard. Yeah, my ex turned me on to the show. So I love the segment. I've laughed at it before. So I don't know. I guess I'm here. So I don't know.
I appreciate the fact that you don't hate everything that your ex liked or turned you on to. You know, some people, like, when they break up, they're like, I don't like that anymore because it reminds me of my ex.
You know, well, funny's funny. You guys are funny. So it's good stuff.
Thanks.
Well, thank you for that.
Sure.
So, but here you are now on Second Date Update.
Exactly. So I've moved on and I circled back and now I'm here. So just overall, I did go out with this cool chick. I really, really liked her. I really enjoyed my time with her. She was actually pretty hot, but that was a bonus. She's kind of my type, right? She's super nice, fun, adventurous, and that's really important to me.
Well, that's good.
Cool.
And now, would you characterize her as a complete opposite of your ex, or does she and your ex kind of fall in the same type category?
Yeah, no, she's exactly the same. So, like, I like to be fun, spontaneous, like, open to new experiences. I really want a woman who's more outdoorsy, and that's her. Whereas my ex, you know, if I just wanted to go on a hike on, like, a Sunday afternoon, she would just immediately start complaining. So, totally different type of woman, but I think this is the girl that I would like. So we went out for a date. We actually went on a hike. And then we had a little picnic on the hike and then had some drinks. We spent like a total of 3 hours together. We got along really great, and the conversation was good. We laughed a lot. I found myself having a lot in common with her, and I found her really interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just thought she had a cool background, too, like the exact opposite of my girlfriend. Like, this girl, she grew up in Hawaii. She lived in all these cool places.
Oh, wow.
She's done a lot of cool things. She wants to do more cool things. It was just easy to talk to her. I felt like I could listen to her for hours. I found her interesting, which I find really important.
Sure.
And then kind of towards the end when we left the park, I walked her to her car, hugged her goodbye. I told her that I talked to her later. She said okay. And I've reached out to her a couple times and hasn't gotten back to me. So
Now, that's always weird. Like, at the end of these dates, especially in you know the world of COVID, was it awkward wrapping that date up, like in that final moment of goodbye? Are you agonizing over, like, do I shake her hand? Do I not shake her? Do I hug? Like, what do we do?
yeah, I mean, it felt good, but even when I'm with friends or like a family member, when you're saying goodbye, like you're used to hugging somebody or shaking hands, and like just any situation with anybody right now feels awkward. So I didn't feel like it was more awkward than anybody else.
Yeah.
But obviously it didn't end with a kiss or anything like that.
Right. And then you said you sent a couple follow-up texts.
I sent her one that day, like at night. Hey, it was awesome hanging out today. Thanks for meeting up. And then I waited a couple days, sent one 2 days later after that. And then I don't know exactly, maybe like another couple days after that. So I've reached out like 3 times over the last week and haven't heard anything.
She just completely ignored you.
Yeah, it kind of stinks to admit it, but that's kind of what it seems. I mean, I understand that she doesn't like me, but I guess, you know, when you care that much or you're interested in someone, you want to at least find out, right?
Yeah. I mean, you talk about how interesting she was and what an interesting background and life she's led and how adventurous and how much of a go-getter she is. Do you feel like she was getting the same vibe off of you?
I believe so. I mean,
And you spent a lot of time together.
yeah, we spent about 3 or 4 hours.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
After 3 or 4 hours for there not to be a second date, I mean, if the date's not good, you get out.
If you weren't having a good time, Jen, would you have hung in there that long?
No.
In her defense, though, they went hiking. Like, maybe
So
she
it was
had
2
to,
hours
like,
out and 2 hours back.
Yeah, so maybe
You're
she
trapped.
couldn't just be like, I'm gonna, Houdini in the bathroom.
This guy
It's
took
like,
me into the middle of the woods.
yeah,
Got stuck there for 2 hours.
it's like trapping someone in the car.
All right. Well, what do you say we do this? We'll take a break, and when we come back, let's just call Janelle. See if we can get a read on her, what she thought of Zach, and her hiking date with him coming up. Next, with Jeff and Jen, Cincinnati's Q102. Hang on, Zach. Zach went on an all-day hiking date with Janelle. She's super fun, spontaneous, adventurous. She's got an interesting background, lived an interesting life, and he is smitten. And kind of bummed, too, that He hasn't heard from her since the date. He's reached out, I think you said 3 times, and there's been no response from her. So we're going to call Janelle here and see if we can gather some intel and see what's up.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
All right.
Hello.
Hi, Janelle.
Yeah, hi.
It's Jeff, Jen, Fritch, and Tim at Q102. How are you?
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys?
We're great. It just sounds like we startled you.
Yeah, I just obviously wasn't expecting. What's up?
Yeah, what the hell?
We received a phone call from a fan of yours. He told us all about you. You sound pretty cool. And I don't know, we just wanted to meet the woman behind the legend.
Wow, I'm wondering who my fan is.
Do you remember Zach, who you recently went on a hike with?
Yes. Wait, I don't understand. He called you about
He
me?
did. So, listen, on our show, we do this thing called Second Date Update, where if you go out with someone and, you know, you think you've got this great date happening, but then that person ghosts you and you never hear from them again, that's kind of what we do is we follow up. We call that person on their behalf and try to figure out what went wrong. And since Zach told us that he reached out to you, I guess 3 times, you've gone radio silent, so it's left him wondering, is it something I said?
Well, I mean, I'm familiar with the Second Date Update. I kind of can't believe that I'm on it. Right?
Yeah, it's your
It's
turn.
your lucky day.
Yep. Believe me, when he called us, he couldn't believe he was on it, and he's listened to it for years.
Well, I don't know. This could be kind of embarrassing for him. I don't know.
These are my favorite.
Really?
Is he like absolutely sure he wants me to say?
Is there what now?
Is he absolutely sure that he wants me to, you know?
I don't know. I'll ask him, Zach. We got him on the line. Zach, are you okay with moving forward? I mean, one thing we appreciate are the people who put themselves out there on Second Date Update, because there's always a risk that there might be something embarrassing. So we could end it right now, or we could continue on if this is a book you feel that you need to close.
Yeah, I mean, I got to know. I don't, from my perspective, I don't know what went wrong. I guess it sounds like something went wrong. So.
Plus, I would imagine, too, like if it's something that is going to affect future relationships, maybe it would be helpful for Zach to know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, I'm all ears.
Well, here we go. We went hiking, which is one of my favorite things to do. I absolutely love it. You know, so obviously sometimes when you're, you know, out in nature calls. Obviously totally understandable. But the thing is, he, like, had to go. So he, like, ventured into the woods. I found a tree, but, like, it was only 20 feet away from me. So, like, I assumed he was just going to, like, pee.
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't the case. He dropped his pants and a deuce right there.
Oh,
Little fertilization.
Within view of you?
he pooped in front of you?
Yeah, I could kind of pretty much see and hear, like, everything. You know.
Did he at least try to hide behind the tree?
I mean, maybe he saw it. Like, he wasn't, like, looking up at me. He wasn't, like, making eye contact while doing it. That, you know.
He was just doing his thing.
that would have been.
Oh.
If I can't see her, she can't see me.
That'll scar you for life.
Yeah. Oh. I would never have talked to him again. I totally understand now. I totally understand. I would have been like, delete, lock on phone.
Yeah.
Wasn't there that part of you that realized
see and hear everything.
I mean, on the first date, I don't even want to know that you poop.
Well, what do you do when you go, though? Like, you got to go.
Well, you got to go a little bit deeper into the woods.
Okay, well, he made a little bit of a misstep there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you think you were further
You go
away? Did you
away.
think you were better hidden or what?
Brush was very thick.
Hold on. I mean, are we acting like anybody on the phone right now doesn't do number 2? I mean, I feel like I'm chastised.
Well,
I don't get it.
Fritch actually does not poop.
I
She's never
actually
pooped.
don't.
It's never
actually.
Oh, okay. Okay, you got the new Tesla
married
Neuralink, so
couples
you just
can
don't have to
poop in
poop
front of
anymore.
each
I got
other.
it.
Like, this is not like a first date activity.
oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
You have to do number 2 anywhere. Like, what if you're at a store or something? You go to the stall, you're 5 feet from another person. I gave you 20, 25. I don't understand.
Oh, no.
Now-
I'm not on a date with the people in the other stall.
Now, Zach, I can
Pretty
appreciate,
sounds pretty intimate.
if you find yourself in a situation where you do have to go number 2 and there are no bathrooms around, and, even in places where there are, a lot of those bathrooms are locked now because of COVID.
Yep.
So did you try to separate yourself from her? Were you trying to make yourself kind of scarce, or were you not even concerned?
No, I mean, I thought I did a good, decent distance. I mean, we've talked. She's telling me about all her hikes and camping trips, and she spent days in the woods and weeks camping. So, I don't know. I thought from the conversations we had, it sounded like, as somebody who's an outdoors person, when, like she said, when nature calls, she knows the terms. So I don't know. I thought I did a reasonable distance, and obviously it wasn't ideal, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But you figure like she of all people would have understood what it's like to rough it in a situation like that.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, and you got to try and keep it as clean as possible.
I don't
Yeah.
know. The intimacy level for me was definitely, I was like, way too soon. I mean,
Too
like,
much
he
too
was so
soon.
close.
But what
that
if you were put yourself in
gathered-
his shoes? What if you ate something and you didn't know till you were halfway in the woods?
Time is not on my side right now.
Would you,
I mean, I think I would have to go, but I would go like away.
I would get as far deep into there as
Or
I
I would
possibly
make
could.
up, I would hold it as best as I could and make up an excuse like, oh my gosh, my grandma just texted. I got to go.
I don't know.
I would
mean,
totally
I look
get
at
out
the
of it.
opposite side.
I've
Is this
never
his
my
pants?
pants.
Like we'd have a different phone call. I didn't call him back because he himself. Give the guy a break.
Yeah, I was in a no-win situation. I made my bed. I anteed up. Dropped
Yeah.
the two,
I think it's just that he did it right in front of her. I mean, we've known each other for almost 20 years in this room, and we don't poop in front of each other.
That's true. She's right about that one.
Well, can I also just say that he was so close that, like, I heard him gather leaves and wipe
Yeah.
and curse because apparently he used a leaf that was a little too dry. Like,
Oh.
it was just so
a lot of rain this year.
Too
Yeah,
much for
now
me.
you're going on my leaf choices. I mean, I'm doing the best I can.
All right. Well,
Darn it.
I'm sorry, Zach. This is just an unfortunate situation
Yeah.
for you, bud.
Sorry, Zach, just no go.
I mean, 20 years from now, if you guys stay together, you wouldn't even think twice about leaving that door open.
Right.
Oh, and it would be
Yeah.
a great story, I don't know. I guess keep marching on.
Well, Janelle, we appreciate you taking the call. Thank you for coming on
Thank
Second Date
you.
Update and leveling with Zach. And Zach, again, we really appreciate you putting yourself out there, bud.
Hey, you got it. Thanks for having me, guys. Happy to clear it up.
I
Yeah.
thought Zach handled himself really well when confronted with this, don't you?
I do too. I agree. Best of luck, you guys.
Thank
You
you.
too. Bye-bye.
Likewise.
All righty. If you need our help with a Second Date Update, all you got to do, send us an email, Jeff and Jen at WKRQ.com.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jen Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CBG Airport. Start your trip at CBGAirport.com.
At Simple Mobile, you get the no contract advantage. Those other mobile companies make you think you're in control, but you're really not. They lure you in with shiny new phones and then lock you into long-term agreements. But Simple Mobile is different. You can get a 30-day plan starting at $25. You can also get the latest smartphones, or if you have a compatible phone you love, you can bring it. Just text BYOP to 611-611 to see if your phone is compatible. It's the reliability you need when you need it. All on a powerful nationwide 5G network. With no mystery fees, no activation fees, and no contract ever. All for less money and no contract ever. 5G capable device and SIM required. Actual availability and coverage and speed may vary. 5G network not available in all areas. 5G upload speed not yet available. Message and data rates may apply. Visit simplemobile.com/privacy policy for privacy policy. Service plan required for activation. Terms at simplemobile.com.